यस्त्यक्त्वा रूपमाद्यं प्रभवति जगतो नेकधानुग्रहाय प्रक्षीणाक्लेशराशिरविषमविषधरो नेकवक्त्रः सुभोगी सर्वज्ञानप्रसूतिर्भुजगपरिकरः प्रीतये यस्य नित्यं देवो हीशः सवोऽव्यासितविमलतनुर्योगदो योगयुक्तः।
Let us prostrate before Lord Adishesha, who manifested as Patanjali to grace the human race with correct word, work, and wisdom. Let us salute Adishesha of married serpent, heads and mouths, carrying noxious poison, who descended as Patanjali, discarding the poison to eradicate ignorance and vanquish sorrow. Let us pray our obeisance to him, respiratory of all knowledge, amidst his attendant retinue. Let us pray to Lord, who primordial form shines with pure and white effulgence, pristine in body, a master of yoga, who bestow on us his yogic light of wisdom in order to enable us to rest in the house of immortal universal self. Namaste. Today in this video we'll learn about Patanjali story. So when we say about story, we might think it might be an illustrative or imaginary, or it might be some history, or it might be mythological. So this question you will be answered by yourself after watching the complete video. So what I would suggest you to see here in this story is it's a symbolical representation. Try to analyze this symbolical representation while hearing the story. Now, Patanjali's story. Years ago, okay, ages ago, the rishis went to Sri Vishnu and asked him that even though they were blessed or gifted with Lord Dhanvantri, the Lord of Ayurveda, who removed all the impurities of the body or the diseases of the body, but still there were lot of diseases for the mankind. So for these things to remove, so they were asking the blessings of Sri Vishnu. Whatever those diseases is the emotional problems or mental diseases or the problems. For that, Sri Vishnu himself, he gifted the Adishesha to that Muni. So Adishesha is a serpent who was having 1,000 heads. Here, 1,000 heads represents the awareness. So when Lord Vishnu given the Adishesha himself to the Munis, and this Adishesha was called as Patanjali. So this Patanjali told them that he would teach to 1,000 men, and a screen would put in front of the Guru or Patanjali so that nobody should see the Guru. This will be the condition. So Munis will gather all the 1,000 people. So without any communication, they will be gaining so much of knowledge and power. By this, all the curiosity will be there to see the Guru in each one of them. So in the same time, there was a small boy also, so wanted to go for a nature's call very badly. So he thinks that nobody will observe him and he could quickly go and come and he will go out of that place. So the same time, another person who was very much curious to see the Guru will go and remove the curtain. As he removed the curtain, whole 1,000 men were burnt into ashes. The Patanjali was so sad because of this act, and he saw that boy is coming back. Then he will ask the boy, so what happened, why he was not here, who was he and all. So he will tell her that like he was also there in this and he was also listening to his teachings, but he wanted to go for a nature call, so he went and now he is returning. So one side Patanjali will be happy and the other side Patanjali will be sad. Happy because at least one is left, and sad because he break the rules. For that, So he will teach the remaining teachings for him, and he will also give him curse because of breaking a rule. So he will curse him to become Brahma Rakshasa, and also he will tell that this curse will be removed when you teach these all yoga sutras or yoga techniques to someone or your disciple. So this Brahma Rakshasa will go and sit in a forest and ask every passer through the forest to answer some of his questions, and nobody will answer him, but still he was still finding, and at the end, after so many years, this Adishesha, the Patanjali, he himself come as a disciple to this Brahma Rakshasa. So here this Brahma Rakshasa means again symbolizing the criminal with intelligent. So when a criminal of who is intelligent becomes, it will be a very bad threat. So that is representing here the Brahma Rakshasa. So now the Patanjali comes as a disciple to this Brahma Rakshasa. Then Brahma Rakshasa will teach everything to this Patanjali again back. So then the Patanjali writes everything in this Talagari and keeps it. After once he finished that thing, so he go to bathe. So after he returns from the bathe, he sees that all his written were almost eaten by a goat. So then he comes and takes the whatever left over things. So this is the end of the story, and it continues so on in the Puranas. So now here you have to try to analyze and give work to your brain that who was this or what was this goat representing or symbolizing, why the Patanjali put some curtain in between the Guru and Sishya, why he put the rules. So these and all you should try to understand. The one more story of Patanjali goes like this. As the name indicates, Pata and Anjali. So a girl who was a daughter of a great Muni, so she was praying the Lord's Son for the kid. She didn't have any child, so that she wanted to get one. So she was praying the son. So suddenly while praying, she got a king serpent in her hands flying out of the sky. So which means Pata and Anjali. So Pata is the way and Anjali to the hand. Way to the hand. So this is how the name came for Patanjali. This is also a small story. Again, the story continues in a different way. So he was living in Pushyamitra's king's court. He does some amazing works and all things. So the story continues, but this is how the name comes. Okay? Dhanyavad. Hope you all understand these two stories, and many more are there in our epics and Puranas. So hope you can go through those things, or you can subscribe here and watch for the regular updates we will be giving through this channel. Dhanyavad. Support us with your blessings.